Hey YouTubers, Farm Boy Reef here. So on today's episode, I'm going to show you guys how to get your clownfish to host your anemone. I know it sometimes gets frustrating. You guys buy, a new clown and you're like, oh, it's gonna host my anemone right away, and a lot of times it doesn't happen. Like when I bought my platinum clowns or my onyx clowns, none of them wanted to host. So I'm thinking, well, what can I do to get them to host? So I came up with a simple little idea that works really well. I got my clowns hosting now and it works great. So I wanted to share this with you guys. A lot of the clowns now that you get in the stores are tank raised, so they don't need anemones anymore, and they have no idea like what to do with them. So we sort of have to bring them back, into like a rehab, saying, where's my best friend, right? So the anemone and the clownfish become friends again. So we got to figure out how we're going to do that. So I'm going to show you guys today how this is possible. All right, guys? So there's a few things you're going to need, all right? So the first thing you're going to need is, I picked this up at the dollar store. It's a Betty Crocker strainer, for pasta. It's got little holes in it. So this works great, and it's got little handles on the side. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the tank. So to make this possible, what I did was, because I built my son a 20-gallon nano reef tank. So we went the other day and we went and bought black clownfish. They were tank raised and they don't host an anemone. So I'm like, well, my son really wants to see, his clown hosting an anemone. So I want to speed this up for him. So by using this Betty Crocker, I got a rose bubble tip. We're going to place this in the 20-gallon tank. It's going to sit on the edges like this. So then the water can stay in here and flow. So what we're going to do, we'll set this in the 20-gallon tank, and we're going to take the 2 black clownfish. We're going to put them in here as well. And we're going to put the rose bubble tip in here. So they have no choice to hang out. And a lot of the times the clownfish will help feed the anemone and bring it food. So right now they're going to get together and they're going to become best friends again. So we're going to place this in the tank with the rose bubble tip and 2 black clowns. And I'm going to leave them in there for a few days like I did my other ones. And eventually they'll figure out what they're, to hang out and, look after each other. So let's go ahead and we're going to put this in the tank, guys. Alright guys, so we're over here at the 20-gallon nano tank for my son's Landon. And we got him 2 black clownfish. I haven't showed you the other videos of, the sand and the rock going on, but this is what we came up with. And this is the way Landon wanted to aquascape his tank. It's his tank, it's his way he wants to do it. So I want to take his 2 black clowns and I want them to host his rose bubble tip. So I have his rose bubble tip in here. He's really small right now because I had to get him out of my sump because I've been looking after him down there. So what we're going to do, first off, we're going to take the Betty Crocker strainer. All right, make sure it's clean before you put it in your tank. So we're going to take it, it's got the 2 handles, and it's the perfect, the width of a 20-gallon tank. So we're going to put that in here. So slowly drop it in. See, so there you go. See that? It's in your tank. It's good to go. The handles stick over the edges. There's no spillage. So this way it can stay in the tank. It's got the heat, and this is where its new home's going to be. So this is where we're going to introduce it. So now all we have to do is catch the 2 black clowns and put the anemone in the tank, and then the Betty Crocker strainer. And then we're going to leave them for a few days so they get to know each other. And then by then, they'll be able to release everybody back into the tank. I have a really nice big chunk of rock here, and it's got a lot of holes in it, and crevices. So this will be a good spot for the rose bubble tip to attach its foot and be permanently stay there. That's the plan. So as long as everything goes good, in a few days we're going to have 2 black clownfish loving their new anemone home. All right, guys. So let's go ahead. We're going to get the anemone in there, and we're going to get the 2 black clowns in there. So we got our anemone right here. He's really swollen. He's really small right now, but we're going to get him in here. So I'm just going to dump him in. I got some shrimp and stuff here, mysis shrimp. I'm gonna feed the anemone too. So put food in there with them, and then they'll really get to know each other because they'll help feed you. So let's move that around. And this is a really bright light LED too, so he'll really like that. So now we just got to catch the 2 clowns. Easier said than done. Alright guys, so I finally caught the 2 black clownfish. I got them in the Betty Crocker strainer with the anemone. So right now I just got my wand out. I want to spot feed the anemone so he's a lot happier. So I'm just gonna I got my mysis here. I'm just gonna suck it up a little bit. These things work good because you can get all the food up inside, and then I can just feed my anemone. There, that'll make them happy. So I'll bring you guys in closer so you guys can check out this little process. So Landis tank's looking good. I end up getting the 2 black clownfish. We did some aquascaping. This is what he wanted to do, so it's his tank. He does what he wants. He got 4 hermit crabs, 4 snails, and 2 black clownfish. I'm going to show you. So the tank's running well there right now. It's running really well. So here's his 2 clowns. We got them. There's his 2 black clowns, and there's the anemone. It's starting to open up a bit. So I just spot feeded them there. Keep them happy. So as soon as the rose bubble tip there, he opens up, and then they can start to get to know each other a little bit. So I'm going to leave this for 3 to 4 days to see how it goes, to see if make sure they're interacting with each other. But I like the way that I can do this at night. I can put a cover over top of it so my clowns don't jump out, and everybody's happy. So this is my process, what I did for my clowns when I got them, so they would host the rose bubble tip. So this rose bubble tip is actually really nice. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's almost like a fire, it's like a fire going on there right now. But that's cool, but his clowns are really nice. There's a big one, so the big one, that's going to be the female, and the small one's always the male. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. That's how I do this process, and it works really well. So I'm just going to spot feed him a little more with the wand here. This is what I use to spot feed all my corals in there with like my reef roids, or just even shrimp to feed my other anemone. I don't feed them very often, but I feed them, a couple times. But so yeah, so I just use just got a little container with food, mix it up, and then just suck it up through the great big, looks like turkey baster. It works really well. So I just wanted to show you guys up close and personal that's how I got my clowns to host their anemone. So we'll do an update video and see how things go. Hopefully the rose bubble tip, he'll be all open, and the clowns will be swimming around in their host. So I just want to show you guys that. So thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, hit the like button. You never know what videos will be coming up next. So I hope this process works good for you guys. All right, have a good day. Bye.